Hi guys, welcome back to Spiritual Nuggets with Hilda. So today I will be talking about protecting your mental and psychological health from a biblical point of view. And I know this might sound like, okay, how are you going to relate this to the Bible? But we actually have a whole lot of references here, but I'll just be using Genesis 31 and Genesis 31 from verse 1. And I think you can see it right here where Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, Jacob has taken everything that belonged to our father, and all his wealth has come from what our father owned. He also saw that Laban was no longer as friendly as he had been earlier. And then the Lord said to Jacob, go back to the land of your fathers and to your relatives, I will be with you. So basically, there comes a time when you just have to leave that vicinity, you just have to leave that unhealthy environment. Just like Jacob did, God knew that it was time. It had been coming up for a long time. We could see from the story, if I could read the other verses, but I don't want to do that now. But we all know the story of Jacob and Laban, how he mistreated Jacob and cheated him a lot of times, and gave him all the bad animals, thinking that he was doing that, but actually God blessed Jacob and made sure that he was prosperous in what he was doing. And when it was time to leave, Jacob had to get up and leave, and he didn't even have to notify Laban that he was leaving. He just took off. And that was the instruction that the Lord gave him. And sometimes the Lord may have put it in your spirit that you should do something like this, and it may be hard for you. It may be leaving family that are toxic, leaving family members that are toxic, leaving friends that are toxic, any environment that is just not good for you and the work that the Lord has called you to do. If Jacob had been stubborn and said, no, I'll stay here and do my job as a good son-in-law, and try to work things out with Laban. This is not the time to work things out. Sometimes the Lord doesn't want you to work things out. He wants you to get up and go. He's saving your life. Your kingdom purpose can be hindered because of the place that you find yourself in, because of the environment that you are in. And sometimes God just needs you to pick up and trust him. He needs you to take that first step. When Jacob took that first step, the Lord guided him, for he even said it right here that I will be with you. And when the Lord has given his instructions to you, we need to really listen and know that he will be with us no matter where he's taking us to. It might seem difficult, it might seem like, wow, leaving something that you already knew, familiar with. Sometimes people are comfortable with familiar issues and familiar problems, even when they see an opportunity to be better. And I'm also guilty of that, and nobody's perfect. Sometimes we are scared to take that next step. We are scared to, jump into what God has asked us to jump into, because we don't know what is there for us. But the Lord will not disappoint you. He doesn't lead his children astray. So if he has asked you to move, it's because he does have something good on the other side waiting for you. And yeah, so that's basically what it is. Remember to pray and seek for the right voice from God, and ask him basically to direct your steps. He will reveal what he wants you to do, what the next step he wants you to take. He will reveal that to you, maybe in your dream or however he chooses to. We all hear from God differently, and this is just one example. Joseph's story was a little bit different in the sense that his brother sold him out, but even that was still God's plan. He needed to get away from that environment. Moses had to get away from that palace. He needed to get away. He needed to go through some training so he could come back and do that which the Lord has ordained for him to do. And sometimes it doesn't matter how it happens, just go with the flow as long as it is the Lord's will. If he's sending you out of that environment, however he's doing it, he's going to bring you back stronger. Or he doesn't really want you to come back. Wherever he's taking you to, you are going to fulfill his will right there, not in where you are dwelling right now. So yeah, protect yourself mentally. This is how it relates to what I'm saying. A lot of us are in places that are so toxic. They drain our lives, they drain our health, and people that are negative for so long, and we've been putting up with it for so long. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to put up with the abuse anymore. It doesn't matter if it's family. God took Laban was family. He was Jacob's father-in-law, but God took him away from him. Even Laban's daughters didn't want to be with him. They decided to go with Jacob. So sometimes it will be people that are close to you. It will be people that it might be difficult to let go of, but it doesn't matter. Joseph had to leave his own brothers. So remember that it doesn't really matter who the toxic person is, or where that environment is, whether it's family or whatever. As long as the Lord has asked you to go, you need to take that step and go. And I pray that the Lord will see us through and give us the strength to obey His directions in this season. I'll see you next time on Spiritual Nuggets. Bye.